Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. In the previous lecture, we have talked about the covalent bond, the formation of covalent bond, and today we will talk about the Lewis structure. Lewis was a scientist who gave this structure. So, in Lewis structure, the unshared, non-bonded electrons are shown as dot or cross, and shared pair of electrons is shown as line between the atoms. An example of Lewis structure of water is, look at here. I am showing you how to draw a Lewis structure. So in the Lewis structure, I have told you about the unshared electrons, those electrons which are not shared, non-bonded electrons. It means those electrons which do not take part in the bond formation. They are shown as a dots or cross. You can show it as a dot or as a cross. And the shared pair of electrons, it means that the bonded electrons which take part in the bond formation, they are shown as lines between them. An example of Lewis structure, look at here, the Lewis structure of water. You can draw the Lewis structure by two methods. The first one method is very easy. I will show you how to draw the Lewis structure. Look at here, that is a molecule of oxygen, and that is an atom of oxygen. If you are taking the electrons of one atom with the dots, you have to take the electrons of the other atom as a cross. Clear? You cannot take both the atom electrons with the dots. You have to take one atom electrons with the dots, as shown here. The oxygen is taken as the dot and the hydrogen is taken as a cross. Clear? Now oxygen has 6 electrons, so there are 6 dots here. You can see here there are 6 dots. Hydrogen is 1 electron, so there is only 1 cross with the hydrogen atom. Look at here how to draw the Lewis structure of H2O. You have to draw, this is the oxygen atom having 6 electrons and the 2 hydrogen atom that is sharing its electrons. So the cross, you can see this cross with the hydrogen, that is the electron of the hydrogen. And this cross with the hydrogen, that is the electron of the other hydrogen. Now this electron is shared with the oxygen atom, and the circle of this hydrogen contains 2 electrons. It means this hydrogen is completed. The circle of this hydrogen also contains 2 electrons. It is also completed. And the circle of this oxygen contains now 8 electrons, 6 dots and 2 crosses from the 2 hydrogen. Now you can also you can see here there is or in between these two structures. You can draw any one of your structure of your own choice. It means what this structure is also easy. Now 4 hydrogen, that is the non-bonded, 4 electrons, that is the non-bonded electrons, the 2 pairs, they are shown as a dots, and the 2 that is the bonded electrons, they are shown with the dashes or lines. Is I have told you, you can show the bonded electrons with the lines, so they are shown with the lines, only one line, because there is a single covalent bond, and the non-bonded electrons with the dots or crosses, so they have shown here the dots. With the oxygen atom we show the non-bonded electrons. Look at here the dots. That is a Lewis structure. And how you can draw a Lewis structure? You can draw a Lewis structure of the 2 hydrogen atoms also. If I give you H2, so how can you draw one hydrogen atom with the cross and take one hydrogen atom with the dot and take one hydrogen atom with the cross, and just draw its Lewis structure? A circle from here, it means that this hydrogen circle is 2 electrons. Now a circle from here, now this circle also contain the 2 electrons, and you can also show it with the help of a dash. So just draw 2 hydrogen and put a dash in between. That is also a structure. Now let's talk about the covalent bond. You have studied the covalent bond, that is formed by the sharing of electrons, but in that covalent bond sometimes the sharing of electron is between the same atoms, just as H2Cl2. Look at here, they are the same atoms, and sometimes the sharing of electron is between the different atom. So what is so on that basis we have classified it into two types, the polar covalent bond and the non-polar covalent bond. So first of all we will talk about the non-polar covalent bond. Non-polar covalent bond is a bond which is formed between two similar atoms. It means both the atoms are homoatoms, two similar atoms, they are attracted equally, they attract the electrons equally, and in this way they form a non-polar covalent bond. What is the meaning of non-polar? There is no pole in the non-polar covalent bond, no positive and no negative pole, because there are same atoms. Just look at the examples of a non-polar covalent bond. The example of non-covalent bond is the bond formation between the molecule of O2. Now both are the oxygen atom. This oxygen atom and this oxygen atom will keep the shared pair of electron in between them, and no oxygen atom is going to attract that shared pair of electron more towards itself, because both the oxygen atom are the same. So there is no charges on these oxygen atom, and hence the molecule is known as non-polar, and the bond formed between them is called non-polar covalent bond. On the other hand, look at the molecule of CH4. Now this carbon is attracted equally by all the hydrogen atoms on the four sides. All the hydrogen atom are the same on the four sides. No hydrogen atom is going to attract the electron more towards itself, and on that very basis we can say that this molecule is also a non-polar molecule. So what is a non-polar molecule or non-polar covalent bond? Non-polar covalent bond is that bond that is formed between two similar atoms or homoatoms, and in which the shared pair of electron is attracted by both the atoms equally. So here the hydrogen atom, although this is formed from different atom, but the hydrogen atom on all sides are the same and they are attracting the electrons equally. So that is non-polar, and the oxygen, that is also non-polar. On the other hand, what is a polar covalent bond? A polar covalent bond is that bond which is formed between two atoms of different elements. Different mean hetero elements, in which the shared pair of electron is attracted by both the atoms unequally. What does it mean? One atom is going to attract the electron more towards itself. So it depends on electronegativity. The electronegativity of one atom is higher than the electronegativity of the other atom. For example, look at the molecule of water, H2O. Now oxygen is the topmost second electronegative element of the periodic table. So the bond formation between H2 in the bond formation between the molecule of water H2O. Now what will happen? The hydrogen will not attract the electron towards itself because it is lower in electronegativity from the oxygen atom. The oxygen atom will attract the electron, the shared pair of electron, more towards itself, and in this way a partial negative charge is created on the oxygen atom and partial positive charge is created on the hydrogen atom. Similarly, in the bond formation between HCl, which one compound? HCl. Between HCl, chlorine atom is more electronegative, so chlorine will attract the electrons, the shared pair of electrons, more towards itself, and in this way two poles are created. Chlorine will be having partial negative charge, hydrogen will be having a partial positive charge, and in this way this molecule is called a polar molecule, because you can see the two poles in this molecules, that is a positive pole and a negative pole. It means that polar molecule is having poles, the positive pole and the negative pole, and non-polar molecule is having no poles, and non-polar molecule is made by the combination of homoatoms such as H2, O2, Cl2, and polar molecule is made from the combination of hetero or different atoms such as H2O, HCl, HF, etc. Thank you. I think it is enough for today.